Hello my friends, welcome to Movie Time. I'm Sean. So in the biggest news of the world, 50 Shades of Grey movie, they lost their lead actor Charlie Hunnam. Charlie Hunnam's dropped out of the movie, and there's lots of different things going on with what caused this. Charlie Hunnam and 50 Shades of Grey, Universal, they all, they're trying to be very, working together and coming to one, specific story about why he's dropping out. They're saying that due to conflicts in his schedules. I guess Sons of Anarchy is running a little late this year. But due to other, according to other reports, you got, New York Times, E-News, The Guardian. These are all saying that there are other reasons, and it could possibly be that he was only getting paid $125,000 to do the movie, which is a little low in my opinion. Two, it could have been because Charlie Hunnam's a writer. He's written screenplays before, and so he also did some revisions on the actual script for 50 Shades of Grey, and it was well received. But I guess he wanted to do more, and they were saying, like Matumbo commercial, no. Because of this, these are a couple of the other stories that are floating around saying why he's out. To me, I really, it's good for he's not out there because I wouldn't want to see him in this movie. The Universal is in talks to get other actors such as Alexander Skarsgård and some of the older names that they were actually visiting before Charlie Hunnam. And so we'll see what happens, and I'll let you guys know first when the new lead role is filled for 50 Shades of Grey, because I know you guys want to know. So I liked Iron Man 3. What about you guys? One of my favorite parts or favorite aspects of the movie was the kid that had to interact with Tony for a big portion of the movie, probably a good 30-40% of the movie. He did a really good job. His name is Ty Simpkins. He was also in Insidious and Insidious 2. So this kid, he's a pretty good child actor, 12 years old. He just landed a lead role in Jurassic World. Also in talks to land these other roles that lead the film are Bryce Dallas Howard and Nick Robinson. So this is good news because it means that this film is actually going to happen. There's been a lot of stuff going around with this film. Yes, it's going to happen. No, it's not going to happen. It's pushed back. It's pulled forward. It's just a big, long story and issue with this whole movie. But the fact that they're actually getting actors to fill these roles is good news. So I'm really happy about this. And that kid, Ty Simpkins, great actor. Great. He's doing really good for his age. I can't wait to see what he does in the next coming years. So Marvel's first film of Phase 3, Ant-Man, that's the only film for Phase 3 that has been announced. They've already shown some pictures of Ant-Man in action, and they are actually trying to cast the lead role. At least they say they are. Variety reports that Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Paul Rudd are the front runners for this role. Now, I don't know what you think, but these are two, pretty different actors. You got Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who's done just about anything. He's done comedy, he's done seriousness, but he has a different style of acting. Paul Rudd is more comedic. He's had a couple serious roles, but he's mostly comedic. Two different actors, way different age range. So what's going on here? Is this true? Is it not true? Joseph Gordon-Levitt responded to this report by Variety, saying that if he was in the running for this, his fans would be the first to know because he would tell them. So I like to believe Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Dude's a pretty cool guy. He seems like he's got his head on his shoulders. He's not going to be one of those people that tries to front about a lot of things. But at the same time, you still don't know because this is a Marvel movie. They don't really announce this stuff like this early on until it is finalized. So when you hear this like he said, she said stuff, you never know where to go with it. So I've heard other people talk about this and topic of Ant-Man, and I've heard of some popular opinions saying that Ant-Man's already cast, or Ant-Man already has the guy that's going to play Ant-Man. They already have him in line. I don't know which way to look at this. I think that they either had a stunt double in the outfit, in the picture, or that was the real Ant-Man. So it's one of the two things, I think. It has to be. Either way, this is pretty cool news. I'm really excited that they're getting the ball rolling on these Phase 3 movies because they actually are going to be coming out in just a little over 2 years. So they got to start working on these. It's got to start production on them pretty soon. So I'm really looking forward to this. So for you guys, I did Horrible Bosses as a movie of the week just, I don't know, a handful of weeks ago. I really liked the movie. I was really interested in it. I love the chemistry by the main characters. They have announced one of the new bosses for Horrible Bosses 2. It is none other than Chris Pine, Captain Kirk himself. Chris Pine is a very charismatic actor. I've really liked him in a lot of the stuff he's done. He was in this movie with Lindsay Lohan about luck. Something about luck. I don't watch too many Lindsay Lohan movies. He was also in this movie called Bottle Shock. It was a wine movie with Alan Rickman was in there. Really good movie. You guys should check Bottle Shock out. But he's a really great actor. I really like him, and I think he's really going to pull it off. I actually, I really think he's going to pull it off. Playing some sadistic type role in this movie. I think there's tons of ways they can go with this role. So, and all my friends out there who live in the area that I live and watch my videos, I don't know if you guys have heard the news, but they are starting filming on the movie McFarlane on Monday. It's actually going to be filmed in the city of McFarlane, which is really cool. Kevin Costner is playing the Coach White, and this movie is going to be one of those movies that's going to be like, remember the Titans, something that's going to be uplifting, and it's made by Disney. It's going to be a good flick. I can't wait to see what happens, and I'm really excited about this. Maybe I'll go down on the streets of McFarlane and be caught over there as an extra. I don't know, but I'm really happy about this. Some place around the area where I've come from is, being recognized for something very incredible. And this is a really good story, and I can't wait to see it on the screen. So in theaters this week, you have The Fifth Estate and Carrie. The Fifth Estate is a movie about the WikiLeaks creator, Julian Assange, and how he went about his business. Pretty much, it's talking about how he leaked all the information, the classified military documents, how it looks like in the trailer like he shut down a bank, all these different sides of the story. The second movie that's coming out this week is going to be Carrie. It's starring Chloe Grace Moretz. She's of Kick-Ass fame, Kick-Ass 2. I really like this young lady. She's a great actress, and I can tell she's just going to get better from now. And if you've ever listened to any interview she's done, she is really smart. She knows what she's talking about. And I cannot show her enough respect. I'm really interested in seeing this movie, and I'm gonna go see this weekend. So I definitely am excited about this one. Alright, so now we talked about Carrie that's coming out this week. It's the new one. My movie this week in the month of horror for October is Carrie, the original, 1976, starring Sissy Spacek and John Travolta. Now, I've always heard good things about this movie. I've heard that it's a classic horror movie. It's like, one of those classic movies that you have to watch. And it goes right along with other movies like The Shining, and I definitely am interested in this movie when I've heard about it, all the times I've heard about it. So I decided I'm going to watch it because of the new Carrie. And I'll tell you right now, I wasn't disappointed. There were really corny parts in this movie, but I think, to me, what saved this movie was Sissy Spacek and her acting, her portrayal of the role Carrie. She made a lot of stuff very believable in this movie. The fact that her mother was crazy out of her mind, that didn't come off too realistic, but the arguments she had with her, the feeling of not this self-worth that her mother gave to her, I definitely saw that in her, and I definitely felt it, and she did a great job of portraying that. I really liked that. There was also some really bad acting in this. John Travolta, he was, reaching out of right field for that character that he was portraying. It was a misogynistic character, just, slapping his girl around, keep your tits on, slapping her, backhanding her in the car. His character, it was laughable. It was so... I don't know when he made this movie comparative to the rest of his movies, but it was terrible. This must have been very early in his career. A lot of the other characters, they were acted marginally well. They're nothing to really complain about too much. Tommy, I thought Tommy's character did a good job. I thought Sue, she did a good job of portraying her, the fact that she wanted to redeem herself for what she did. Overall, the acting was sufficient, and I enjoyed that part of it. Just, some parts were laughable, like I said. Bullying has been a big issue over the last however many years, and I think it's become this big because of the internet, and you can see things on the internet at a moment's notice. You can see what's happening at schools. You can see what's happening with your kid or someone else's kid because of the internet. Now, this is not something new. Bullying's been around for ages, but with this movie, it really... To me, that was the biggest tone I caught in this movie. The end of the story of what happens at the end, violence doesn't beget violence. It probably shouldn't have happened that way. You don't want it to, but at the same time, you almost get yours, Carrie, because she was so persecuted for being different because it wasn't under control. It was her mom who made her the way she was. And because of all this bullying, it caused her to just explode. And And bullying, like I said, it can do so much harm, whether it's physical or emotional. You might not be able to see it. It might not be that physical harm, but it can cause so much emotional damage. And it might not be, Carrie telepathic like, an explosion, but it can be very bad. So this movie got me thinking. It actually, at certain parts when I saw this bullying, it actually made me sad. It made me really think about what goes on today. It made me think about the documentary Bully. It's just lots of stuff going on with that theme throughout the movie. The bullies in the movie got what was coming to them, but who's to say that they deserve to die in a realistic setting? This is a horror film, so in the horror film genre world, they deserve to die. In real life, maybe this didn't deserve to happen. But overall, this really did make me think. As much as it can be for as much as it can for a horror movie, it did make me think about things like the bullying theme, and it really made me, just wonder, what I could do differently in my life so I don't come off like that and maybe, put someone down and not make them feel like Carrie did. So enough for the seriousness, though. I really wanted to say that about this movie is that I liked it, I enjoyed it. I thought I thought that the main character, Sissy Spacek, Carrie, did a wonderful job acting, like I said before. She had this weird, crazy eye movement throughout the movie, and it's very noticeable, and I think she did it on purpose to make you feel how uncomfortable she was, or feel how introverted she is, like she doesn't know what's going on. And I think she did a really good job at that. Overall, I would definitely say go watch this movie. I definitely enjoyed it, and I'll watch it again. I definitely will. I can't wait to see this new one that comes out. I want to see what this new one is like compared to the old one. How did they deal with these themes of bullying, and how did they deal with this whole mass violence that's going on in the movie? And I know this movie was not, made to be this letter or this, public service announcement, but for me, that's the way I saw it. I saw it as almost like a public service announcement, as well as a horror movie. But I did get caught up a little bit in that, that announcement regarding the bullying. So again, go check this movie out, guys. You'll definitely enjoy it. Watch it Halloween time. You guys will have a blast with your friends. So that's it for movie time this week, guys. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below, and leave your comments, questions, and inquiries in the comment section. And don't forget, next week I'm going to be watching another horror movie. I got 2 more weeks left, and I'm down to a couple of movies that I got in mind, and we'll see what I choose. But I do have a specific way I'm leaning for next week. I think it's going to be a double feature. So anyway, guys, that's it this week, and let's have a great conversation this week. We'll see you next time.